So recently I was asked during one of my, quick sessions with a new investor, sort of asked me what my top three, keys to success were. And, I sort of created just sort of things off the top of my head, but I wanted to sit down and really think about it. And what I came with is I got the list down to four, and I didn't feel right sort of carving any one of these last four out. So I thought I'd do a quick video, share it with this individual, and obviously share it with all of you. And again, these were four keys to long-term real estate investing success. So this is not a get rich quick or do this and see that tomorrow kind of thing. This is, hey, it took you 15 years to get where you wanted to go. What were the things that were key to you? So with that, we'll get started. So again, this is really only one thing we're going to talk about. There's four things, one word per slide. I thought I would talk about each. I do think there's an order, and I sort of place them in the order that I think they are most important. And if you don't do that, the rest kind of falls apart. But they are all interrelated. And again, I couldn't find one of these to carve out. So instead of a top three, I have sort of top four. So let's discuss them. So the first one, and if you've read the book or you've watched or you know anything about me, I believe one of the big things that made us successful, and by successful just meaning getting to the top of the mountain and retiring relatively early, was that we were willing to sacrifice. And just so we're clear on what sacrifice means, right? So we lived in a condominium in an area that was, a stretch for us to buy when we got it in the late 90s. But as time went by, incomes went up, wealth went up. We were living pretty well below our means and did that for a while. So not only did we not, increase our housing or move from a condo to a house and all of those things, which we certainly could have, we also sacrificed in other ways, right? We didn't upgrade our cars. We didn't update the condo, for heaven's sakes, until after we were done. So we chose to sacrifice the extras. And we did that for quite a while, but it was really that commitment and that joint sacrifice that allowed us to invest every extra dollar into building wealth for what ultimately became a 15-year journey. So I truly believe sacrifice is the number one thing. So number two, time. I wish I could tell you there was a 2, 3, 5-year roadmap to this thing. And maybe there is for some of you out there. It wasn't for me, so I don't proclaim to know what that path is. I know what a 15-year path looks like. I know what it feels like to add a couple of rental properties every year. I know what it means to go through a real estate boom and a real estate crash. I can only talk about what I know. And for us, after the first one of sacrifice, it was the time frame, right? We sacrificed for certainly 12 years, if not the full 15 years, with none of the extras. And, it's hard. I'm not here to tell you it's not hard, right? Everybody probably can sacrifice for a year when they think about, hey, if I do this for a year, I can retire early. I don't know many people that wouldn't do that. There's probably most of you that said, hey, if it was 5 years of sacrifice to retire early, sign me up. But let's be honest, how many of you would be willing to sacrifice for 15 years, a decade and a half to retire early? That's a heck of a commitment. That's a lot of missed vacations. That's a lot of, that's just a lot of things you get to say no to. Probably get some funny looks from friends and family. And after a while, right? I mean, your incomes go up, in 15 years, your incomes may double depending on when you started doing this. So, after sacrifice, it was really the understanding that time and time alone would really be the journey and the path that we had to go through. So, don't think this is a 1, 2, 3, 5-year thing, right? It's we did it in 15. Could it be done in 12? Maybe. Could it be done in 10? I don't know. Certainly not less than that, in my opinion. Next is communication. Right, so communication, several fronts. First and foremost, right, you're talking about sacrifice and you're talking about a long time. So you've got to have communication with your significant other, your immediate family. right? Because if you're not on the same page, I promise you, things will eventually get uncomfortable, right? There will be comments like, why am I driving around in an 8-year-old car? Why is my kitchen the original kitchen? Why, I want to paint the house. I want to change the carpet. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go to Hawaii. If you guys aren't constantly communicating and staying on the same page and frankly holding each other accountable, it's a problem, right? I remember many a times when Olivia wanted to do this or that, and I was like, hey, we're trying to do that. Equally so, I remember several times I wanted to do something and she had to remind me. So it really does take that communication. Another place where communication comes in real estate investing is I truly believe real estate is first and foremost a people business. So not only do you need to communicate with your significant other who's on this journey with you, but you've got to have the communication skills to deal with the real estate agents, the appraisers, the bankers, the property managers, the tenants, whatever. Right? The ability to communicate and do so efficiently and with good ethics and be a person of your word and all of those things are vitally important. So I think communication is vastly important. So again, right, sacrifice, time, communication. And then the last one is consistency. Right, this is where I saw several folks that sort of started the journey with us, right? Because when you start real estate investing, you sort of attract other people that are doing it. I saw several people sort of come in, have reasonably good success, then suddenly get the ego or think they're smart or whatever it is, and they start dividing up their focus, right? They start going to other markets. They start, they've been a successful landlord, so they start flipping or they start wholesaling or they've only bought residential and then they go buy a liquor store or whatever it is. I suspect, especially if you're like me and you have a full-time job, if you can get good at one thing in real estate, you will be successful. I purport to say that if you're a full-time employee and you're good at one thing and then you try to be good at a second thing, you're going to blow up. You can't defeat the laws of time. You only have so many available hours to do other things. And if you're dividing up that scarce piece of time to do a couple of other things in a couple of other markets or whatever it is, I hate to tell you this, that's going to probably end badly for you. I mean, best case, you're going to have a huge opportunity cost of things missed. So don't do that, right? So I think consistency is important, especially for you full-time employees out there. So again, right, the 4 keys were sacrifice, then time, because it is a long journey. Then it's communication, both with your significant other and people in the business. And then it's consistency. I think if you sort of focus on those 4 things and keep those front and center and really appreciate how they work together, you will be successful in real estate investing long term. So do me a favor, let me know if there's one you think I missed. Leave a comment below. If you like this quick video, go ahead and hit the like button. It really does help. Most importantly, please share this video with others in your network because we seem to be stuck on 102 subscribers, and I have a goal to get to 1,000. So I need your help. Have a great day.